As the day turns to night here on the West Coast, the sun is about to set on two more teams here at the Pacific Life Pac-12 Tournament. We are halfway through the quarterfinal round here at the Pacific Life Pac-12 Tournament. Up next, Stanford, Cal. The winner moves on to the semifinals here at the Pacific Life Pac-12 Tournament. And once again, we welcome you inside Staples Center here in Los Angeles. Michael Leaves along with former Oregon coach Ernie Kent, who twice won this tournament with the Ducks. Well, you know what it's all about to be in those locker rooms prior to the game. What are Johnny Dawkins and Mike Montgomery telling their squads right now?
Well, I spoke with Johnny Dawkins, and Johnny Dawkins told me that it's very important that his program have an opportunity to go to the next step. So this is a big game for him, very similar to Oregon State, where Coach Robinson, you saw the emotion on stage by Joe Burton. He took his program another giant step. So Stanford will definitely be ready to play. Mike Montgomery, on the other hand, typically his teams are in the NCAA tournament, so to make sure there's no doubt whatsoever, Cal is going to play with a sense of urgency tonight also.
And the Bears looking for a little revenge. They lost against Stanford over the final weekend of the season. Let's show you how we got to this point after our first two games in the afternoon session of the Pacific Life Pac-12 Tournament today. Oregon State with the upset of the top-seeded Washington Huskies to advance to the semifinals, and then Solomon Hill with 25-12. Arizona hangs on to beat UCLA 66-58. So that is the first game we will see tomorrow night here at Staples Center. Arizona taking on Oregon State. Following tonight, Stanford, Cal, we've got Colorado, Oregon. Colorado's first appearance here in the Pacific Life Pac-12 Tournament. Let's go outside once again to our social media center, where Laura McKeeman has been monitoring the Twitter and the social media world all day long. Laura?
We have definitely had our thumb on the social media world here in our social media center for the Pacific Life Pac-12 Tournament. And we've been here all day. We're going to be here all night. So follow us on Twitter. It's at CVK on Fox. And, of course, include that hashtag Pac-12 Tourney. We want to hear from you, Stanford and Cal fans. Where are you? Now, here's Derek Williams. He's been active on Twitter all day. He says, good win today for U of A. Now, let's get these next couple games. Tourney time, he says. We'll see what else he wants to say throughout the rest of this tournament as Arizona sets to play again tomorrow. And we've got to watch what Stanford and Cal do tonight, guys.
Yeah, Laura, Derek Williams knows if they win these next two games, Arizona's going to the NCAA tournament. Of course, he led them to a deep run last year. So a lot at stake tomorrow, but also tonight here as these teams try to get Ernie to the semifinals.
Well, it certainly is, and for both of these teams, they've got to play with a sense of urgency. Stanford, big physical basketball team. Cal is going to be a very smart basketball team when they play. So it's a typical big game. Let's get it on.
Well, let's go courtside right now to the gentleman handling the call in their evening session, Steve Fiziak and Marcus Johnson.
Thank you very much, Michael, and I think college basketball fans are really going to enjoy the matchup because we have the Conference Player of the Year, the Conference Defensive Player of the Year in Jorge Gutierrez, guarding the young gun that is Chasen Randall. Had a 30-point game yesterday, and you know Gutierrez, he's going to take that personally, and he plays with some kind of true grit.
Well, he's also looking at this Jorge Gutierrez as a do-over. He gets to start fresh during the conference tournament. He really struggled offensively down the stretch. A donut against Colorado, 8 points the last time they played Cal to wind up the season. Terrific mid-range game. He's at his best when he's in attack mode, going north-south, getting to the basket. does a great job in terms of distributing the basketball when he has to. But again, his main focus will be defensively, keeping that tremendously talented freshman Chasen Randall at bay.
Chasen Randall could have gone for 40 last night, but because his team had such a big lead, he set a tournament record with 27 in the first half, and this young man has a chance to be really special for the Cardinal.
And we keep saying it, at 6'1", he plays so much bigger. And
The Pacific Life Pac-12 Men's Basketball Tournament is presented by Pacific Life. For insurance, annuity, and investments, choose Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
Hello, I'm Jim Morris, CEO of Pacific Life. The 4 schools competing tonight have certainly worked hard all season. We welcome them to the Staples Center as they compete for the tournament championship. Good luck to all the teams, and on behalf of Pacific Life, I hope you enjoy tonight's games.
Welcome back to Staples Center for the Bay Area rivalry that is California and Stanford. Time to check in with the captain's meeting in our Fox Sounds of the Game.
All right, gentlemen, congratulations on your season. You guys have had a great year, both of you. All right, just who's speaking here for Red? 34. Zim? Jorge? All right, take care of your teams for us, all right? And you guys take care of your team? Good enough? None of this back and forth, zero tolerance on the talking, okay? We're not going to put up for it. Elbows are still a huge deal, okay? Little guards, you're not little, but when you go in, we're going to be a little bit quicker so these big guys don't have to swing them, okay? And so we're going to take care of business if that does happen. Freedom of movement, okay? Don't be chucking the cutters. Post guys, when it comes in, let's drop it down. We want to keep the bigs in the game as much as we can. Okay, so just listen to us. We'll talk you out of some fouls if we can. All right? Wish you both the best of luck. You got anything, Mike?
No, just respect each other, not today.
No, hey, good luck.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Good luck, fellas.
Great job by one of the Pac-12's very best officials, Mike Cyphers. Now let's check out the starting lineups for the Stanford Cardinal. Josh Owens at 6'8" is their low post threat. Then Andrew Zimmerman. Anthony Brown can score outside, but has been up and down this year. Randall Fantastic, and Jarrett Mann known for his defense. The coach is Johnny Dawkins, enjoyed his second 20-win season this year. The former assistant for Mike Krzyzewski knows his defense must control the Bears. The Cal starting 5 that he will see, and they have a good and smart front line. Harper Kamp is a senior. David Kravish is a freshman, a shot blocker. Alan Crabb, one of the dynamic offensive talents in the league. Jorge Gutierrez, player of the year, and Justin Cobbs, and very underrated point guard. Cal's coach is Mike Montgomery. He was a legend, of course, at Stanford for 18 years. Now in his 4th year with the Bears, this is his 3rd 20-win season. And I would imagine, Marcus, he wants to be able to make adjustments from Sunday when the Cardinal beat him at Maples Pavilion.
Beat them and beat them up. Talking with both coaching staffs, actually. They thought that the physical play was the difference in both games this season. When Cal beat Stanford late July, they were the aggressor Last weekend, when Stanford returned the favor, they came out and set the tone physically early with their bigs. So you're going to see, I think, a very physical brand of basketball, at least to start out with, until the officials maybe try and settle things down.
This is the first time in 22 years, 1990, that Cal and Stanford have met in the conference tournament. And right away, the Bears get the ball, and Justin Cobbs is there to throw it down for a 2-0 Cal lead.
That was too easy. The guys just kind of froze because they had to take a moment to try and decipher which direction we were going. And so there's a little bit of hesitation on Cobbs' part also. He was surprised he was that wide open.
Got a little doubt for a moment.
Yeah, wrong way, Justin. Here's the tip. Nice job, Kravish. Get it there. There's Cobbs. Cobbs does a good job of sealing Jared Mann. Seals and then releases. But almost a design play, or at least an agreed-upon play between Kravish and Cobbs, just kind of recognizing the setup.
Stanford in the cardinal red, white and black. California in the white uniforms and the navy numerals with the gold trim. That's a 3 for Andrew Zimmerman, who was 2 for 2, his best of the year against California on Sunday.
Great game for Zim Sunday, 13 points, 3 rebounds, but he was one of the guys spearheading that physical style of play for Stanford.
Kamp in the lane, and the Golden Bears have started well with a 4-3 edge on Stanford. As Marcus told you, the Bears lost to Stanford on Sunday 75-70. Cal shot just 41% to Stanford's 47, and we've started this game hot. And there's Mr. Randall.
Jason Randall, and Justin Cobbs was there to contest the 3, just a little bit of a lean back to create more space, allow Randall to get that off.
Jorge Gutierrez in the lane is fouled, and he'll be at the free throw line.
Here's Grizzly Zim. I mean, he's a big guy that he gets the fortunate bounce on that play. But he can give you some offense on the perimeter, but mainly he's in there to bang.
Gutierrez, a 78% foul shooter. He was really taken out of Sunday's game. 3 fouls in the first half, and Marcus, 2 of them very questionable. The other, a technical called on him, which is obviously a personal foul, and he never got into a rhythm in the entire contest.
Well, and I think just the pressure of the last couple of weeks of the season, you know how badly he wanted to be this conference's player of the year, even as humble as he is. Now he's got the award. He can relax, he can exhale, settle down, and just get out there and play his game.
Randall is fouled. It's against Jorge Gutierrez, his first, and he really takes it personal as he was named Conference Defensive Player of the Year, and it is his job to somehow slow down the talented freshman Jason Randall.
They're actually going to start Cobbs on Randall, I think, just to take some of the pressure off of Jorge Gutierrez defensively, with the idea that maybe his offensive game can get off early.
Mike Montgomery defenses at Stanford and California switch a lot in that man. Here's Zimmerman corner.
Take home a prize. How will we find it? Let's find Armand.
I'll tell you how we find it, Dave. Take out your programs right about now. Jacob's got you on the right page. It's page number 1. And if you see a Pacific Life, you are taking the next one. I want to rock right now. I'll shut these and I can't get it down. Yes, I'm internationally known, and I'm known to rock a microphone. They're looking through your programs right now. Once again, if you have found it, please stand up. We will find you. There is our lucky winner, showing that Pac-12 sticker off right there. Congratulations, you are a big prize winner. Thank you so much for playing. UPS. Lucky program.
Welcome back to the Pacific Life Pac-12 basketball tournament. Stanford with a 2-point lead over California. Let's go to Laura McKeeman at the Social Media Center.
Thank you, Steve. And yes, some Stanford players, former players, have been giving the current players some love on Twitter and even putting a few things out there that could be considered some excitement to come in the future. Jason Collins, he says, hey, the Stanford Cardinal had a great win tonight. This was last night. He's talking about the Arizona State win in the first round of the Pac-12 tourney. Keep it going, and Mark Madsen might start dancing. That's Mark Mad Dog Manson. Look at him. He's killing it. He's getting it. Oh, man. And actually, I've been trying to perfect this dance. It's not easy to do because it's a little uncomfortable. I don't know. Steve, maybe you can show us how it's done.
Steve?
That would come from Laura, who is a world-renowned ballerina, actually went to China to be taught by one of the world's very best. Laura McKeeman, you know how to dance, but Mark Madsen, one of the most delightful guys we've had a chance to watch in our time doing Pac-12, Pac-10 basketball.
What a charmed life. Palo Alto High School right across the street from Stanford University. Got to a Final Four World Championship with the Lakers. Nice.
Harper Kamp inside.
That's where Kamp can get his work done. A nice job sealing down on the low box. As a defender, you've got to fight, battle, and when he's down that low, you're better off fronting.
Jason Randall defended by Justin Cobbs. Down low, Josh Owens trying to get his first field goal, does not. And there's Gutierrez and gets knocked down. It almost looked like Jorge threw his body in front of a Cardinal trying to draw the foul.
Calls body block by Jorge Gutierrez, but a nice job of double teaming big to big. They call that their monster defense. Cal does down in the post. When they go big to big double, which they do in that possession, and watch Jorge Gutierrez just giving up. Actually kind of more of a slip than anything else, but he is not afraid to get down and buff the mahogany.
How about the pass by Gutierrez on the inbounds? Cal leads by 2.
And that's what Jorge's got Cal now coming in, who gives him a little bit of a different look because he can step out and put it on the floor and get his own shot off at about 12 feet and in. But Trotter, a good game Sunday. Senior day, 6 points, 3 rebounds.
Played well yesterday, and their victory as he scored 8 on 4 of 5 shooting from the floor. Gutierrez back on the floor. Now, even though he has not scored, he helps his team. Gutierrez with 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal already.
Let's see if that little time on the bench just, wasn't long, but enough to just kind of settle down and collect your thoughts, collect your game.
Bach has the ball ripped from his hands, taken down by Chasen Randall.
But the worst thing for Gutierrez is to feel like he's got to do everything.
Now Jorge defending Randall. Cobbs takes the Stanford miss. Justin has the ball taken from his hands, but they say he last touched it, and that will be the 4th turnover for California.
Johnny Dawkins calls that corralling Justin Cobbs. They did a great job of it at Stanford. That extra defensive player just always kind of lurking in the area to thwart any kind of effective penetration on the part of Justin Cobbs. Corralling.
Bright with the floater.
He's a key. I mean, Aaron Bright, with the attention that Chasen Randall's going to get in this game, Aaron Bright had a nice game, 12 points in 16 minutes the last time they played each other.
I think what impressed Coach Dawkins the most from yesterday's triumph, he had 5 assists and did not turn the ball over 1 time. That's a point guard, quality minutes off the bench.
And he plays them both a lot at the same time, both Randall and Bright.
Gutierrez with his first field goal. It's a 3.
And Mike Montgomery's a little bit of a timeout period for Jorge Gutierrez has paid some dividends, at least on that shot.
Bach with the steal. Nice defensive play as Bach getting some rare minutes. Travish, when he put the ball to the floor in the face of Chasen Randall, he was taking a chance. And Randall gives it up to Jack Trotter, who drops it home. And Trotter having a good start. Quality minutes for Dawkins, whose bench can go 10 deep.
And Chasen Randall's got to understand he's receiving a lot of the defensive attention. 27 first half points last night, 30 for the game. So now he's got to stay within himself and look to do other things. Great defense, great assist, that last possession.
Gutierrez tried to force it, threw it away, and Eustace with the steal.
And that's not a battle you're going to win if you're Jorge Gutierrez going against long and lanky and athletic Josh Eustace.
Gutierrez with his third rebound. Harper Kamp has gone to the scores. Welcome back to the Pacific Life Pac-12 basketball tournament. Let's recap today's quarterfinal action. Cunningham with the basket and Oregon State with a 2-point win. Then UCLA falling to Arizona 66-58 behind Hills 25 and 12. So our Pacific Life tournament summary checks out like this. Oregon State, a 9 seed, will meet 4 seed Arizona at 9 o'clock Eastern, 6 West Coast. Tomorrow we're trying to find out who will meet as Stanford and California will battle it out, and Colorado will face Oregon, 6 seed versus 3 seed next. So what a game by Arizona in the last one to knock off UCLA. I remember Sean Miller at the beginning of the season saying he loves Solomon Hill, but he said if this young man can give us like 11, 12 points and 7, 8 rebounds a game, we can really benefit from that. He gave him 25 and 12 today, and we've seen huge game from Solomon in the last 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's really stepped up his level of play, and don't discount the impact of Nick Johnson. Also, we talked about that, the way he ran the team as the point guard on the floor when he had to. The block shots, about 3 or 4 spectacular blocks, bucket-saving blocks down the stretch of the UCLA game.
Right now, Stanford on a 10-3 run to open up a 5-point lead on California.
How about those Beavers? Picked a fine time to be playing their best basketball.
Holy smokes, to knock off Washington. Some terrible foul shooting in the game that cost the Huskies, even though the Beavers didn't shoot their free throws that well.
You had to feel for Tony Roden, a young man at 29 points and just knocking down nothing but net free throws. All of a sudden misses 4 huge ones down the stretch.
Andrew Zimmerman on the drive, floats it off to Dwight Powell. He spins back and loses the basketball. It's well short, taken down by Kamp.
That's talent. Also proving again tonight what you do with hard work and effort. He's been using his block a little bit each trip. Split the game and take it to the 10. 17 points.
Hey, Lloyd. How we doing it? How we doing this? All right. Say it again. I got it. It's starting to cut in and out. I'm going to have a bad box. We are back here at the Pacific Life Pac-12 tournament. Michael Leeds and Coach Ernie Kent getting you ready for Pizza Hut halftime. Some updated scores from around the country. We've had an upset here today with the top seed Washington Huskies falling to Oregon State. But how about number 2 seed Marquette in the Big East tournament, ranked 9th in the country, taking on Louisville? Second half, Peyton Siva, 2 of his 18 Louisville advances, 84-71. So the number 2 seed in the Big East, Ernie, goes down.
Well, it's just like this time of the year again where anybody can beat anybody. You have to show up ready to play. And in that situation, they might have been number 2, but Louisville stepped up and did them in.
We'll see what happens with other action across the country, but right now we'll send you back down courtside to Steve Fiziak and Marcus Johnson.
Thank you very much. Where the 7 seed Stanford Cardinal lead the 2 seed California 21-15 as Gutierrez takes a sit down. Our American Airlines stat really shows the mistakes as Stanford has outscored California 10-2 on points off turnovers.
But when Louisville, going back to that game, when they play well, it's because of Peyton Siva. He's one of those terrific Seattle area guards out of Franklin High School, produced Aaron Brooks, who played for Coach Ernie Kent at Oregon, produced Jason Terry, who played at Arizona. And the same class as Avery Bramley and also Abdul Gaddy. But Peyton Siva, when he's on, Louisville is a very dangerous basketball team.
California trying to go deeper to their bench with Kamp, Thurman on the front line, but Emerson Murray is in for the first time, a sophomore from Vancouver, British Columbia, who doesn't see much playing time. He'll be on the floor with Justin Cobbs and Alan Crabb, but Cal again makes a mistake, and Crabb picks up his first personal foul.
Crabb, a hard screen away from the ball. And is it a sign of frustration in his inability to get quality looks, quality touches on the offensive end of the floor? And Stafford 4 out, 1 in, the 1 in. Josh Owens looked to get him down in the post with some room to operate.
Owens with the jump hook, does not go, but there's Jarrett Mann, has it knocked away, picked off by Cobbs. Stanford's defense has been terrific. They've won 2 in a row after losing 7 of their previous 10. And I mean, they have been impressive wins. Here's Crabb. They need to get this guy going. And he hits his first field goal. He leads the team in scoring at better than 15 per game.
Well, after a series of down screens, Crabb found himself matched up against Andrew Zimmerman way out on the perimeter. And that's a matchup to his liking. Nice job taking him off the dribble for the jump shot. Crabb, another foul 22 feet away from the basket, leaving his feet against Andrew Zimmerman.
Second personal foul. Kravish with 2, Crabb with 2.
Nice little crossover left to right, and Zim, broken ankles and all, does a nice job trying to contest, but that's just a tough matchup to ask a big guy to get out there and defend a jump shooter like an Alan Crabb.
You have to have an X factor, and I really felt the X factor in Stanford's victory over California on Sunday was the young man at the free throw line, Andrew Zimmerman, who only averages 3 points per game, and he scored 13 in 25 minutes at Maple Pavilion and has 9 already in the first half of this one. It's Cal basketball.
Really finishing up that senior season with a bang and trying to extend it, obviously. But he's played well. We talked about Jack Trotter, the student body president at Stanford, one of 4 student body presidents. He had a solid contribution in limited minutes on Sunday. So the senior bigs, I mean, doing a nice job of kind of, blending in, fitting in, getting in where they can. Uh-oh, danger.
Grab misses badly. It hits part of the backboard and then bounces in play. There's a scramble for it.
I've been watching this young man shoot for about 3 years now since high school. I've never seen him miss an open jump shot quite that badly. It must have slipped out of his hands or something.
Bad pass. That's the 10th turnover for California, and we have only played 14 minutes. Now a turnover by Stanford.
Anthony Brown travels, but he made a great defensive play, pressuring the inbounds pass because that was a wide open layup for Robert Thurman after there was a breakdown on Stanford's part defensively.
Marcus, we have seen, you and I, seen Stanford go to Boulder, beat Colorado by 24 points, and then we saw them against California last Sunday. Why then do they lose to a team like Utah?
Well, as we talk about, when they shoot the ball well, when they're knocking down shots, they are a totally different team. When they are aggressive, when they're a physical basketball team, when they use all this length that they were blessed with, and they've got some long athletes, but mainly it's a physical kind of a mindset and then knocking down shots. Shots are falling, they win. Their defense is always going to keep them around, keep them in game.
Brown, catch and shoot and score.
Nice little elbow screen for Anthony Brown. Does a great job squaring up on the catch. Stride step into that jump shot, left, right, square up.
They find Cobbs wide open baseline left. He'll miss the three. Controlled by Kamp, and he taps it in. Harper Kamp has been the man who's keeping in the game. He has 8 points in this first half, and he's closed that margin to 5.
And Josh Owens did kind of an NBA move. He flew at the corner jump shooter and then went down court like he's going down in transition. He's got to get his big behind back into the fray and help out until the basketball is secured off the defensive glass. Nice job. Nice job.
Dawkins wants an explanation on that one.
I'll tell you, Johnny, he moved into the defender when he set the screen. We've seen about 3 or 4 of those violations called in this game. Guys trying to gain an advantage by moving into the defensive player.
Nice. Steal by Owens. Then it's kicked out of bounds, and Mike Cyphers wants a little help from Mike Eggers, and they get it. It'll be California basketball. I love it when the officials get together, and we have 3 fine ones tonight. Cyphers, Eggers, and Darren White. And they are asking for help anytime they've got a question.
I was sitting with 2 of the OG officials before the game, Lorenzo Clark and Booker Turner, 2 former Pac-8, Pac-10 officials extraordinaire.
Robert Thurman with the slam.
The Terminator. Showing the ups.
It has always been here. The vision. The vision to create. The vision to hope.
Solo dominating every part of this game and goals in position.
The vision to inspire. Welcome to the Pac-12, the Conference of Champions. Teamwork. When it comes to preparing for your financial future, it helps to have a team that performs well together. Pacific Life offers life insurance, annuities for lifetime income, mutual funds, and retirement solutions. Ask the financial professional about how Pacific Life's more than 140 years of experience can bring strength to your team. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
You got it. All right. Score,
Choose
Zimmerman.
Pacific Life. The
Cal shooting 46%, but 14 turnovers. It's inconceivable that California is still in it with 14 turnovers after averaging just 12 this year. Rebecca Harlow, what do you have for us?
14 turnovers, so rare for Cal, as you said, Steve, but talking to the coaching staff at the half, they said they think it's the nerves that have crept in. So the advice for the Bears in the second half is have fun out there. You gotta go out there and just play a lot more loose. They've had a lot of success this season. They've earned where they are, second in the conference, and they just need to relax, not put the pressure on themselves to win this game, take it a possession at the time, and when the shots aren't falling, they've got to share the basketball, move it around, and try to create some easies.
Rebecca, Mike Montgomery is a smart coach. He has a smart team, but they have been a lot of unforced errors. And as he would say, you can't keep trouble from coming, but you don't have to offer it a chair. And that's what California has done in Stanford with a 30-23 lead over the Golden Bears.
Does he really say that? That's a good say.
That's something he would say.
I love but Cal has done their job defensively. Stanford shooting 37%. You talk about the turnovers. Also, Stanford has outscored Cal 8-zip at the free throw line. Look for Cal to be more aggressive trying to attack.
How about that? Montgomery designs a play to get his star. Jorge Gutierrez going, and he scores his first basket of the second half as Cal goes with Cobbs, Gutierrez in the backcourt with Crabb, Kamp, and Kravish in the front line. Chasen Randall misses his first shot. Crabb rebounds. Here comes the Cal Bears. They've got numbers. And Gutierrez gets the foul. He'll be at the line for 2 shots.
Get Anthony Brown off his feet with a nice jump stop, shot fake, and then seek the body for contact. Right here, jump stop, shot fake, find the body. You know what goes up, it's got to come down. It's going to come down on top of you with the basketball and send you to the free throw line.
California, one of the best foul shooting teams in the country. They are #1 in the Pac-12 conference. They were 0 for 4 in the first half. And Jorge Gutierrez just made his first, so they are 1 for 5. And this is a team that shoots 75% this year.
And if you're a Cal fan, you love to see this. Gutierrez knocked down his first jumper coming off a down screen, swishes 2 free throws at the free throw line after missing both in the first half.
Mann, Zimmerman, Brown, Owens, Randall, the Stanford 5 to open the second half. Owens with the jump hook. When he goes baseline, he's so tough, and it doesn't matter which baseline, if he's going to his left shoulder or right shoulder.
Yeah, and that left shoulder in particular, he is really effective. And Kamp gave him 2 hands in the back to try and move him off the box.
32-27 Stanford. That is the 3rd personal foul on Josh Owens, so let's see if Johnny Dawkins goes to his bench.
But that's the adjustment, Steve. It's going to the basket. It's attacking. For Cal, you've got to get to the free throw line a lot more than they did in that first half. 4 shot attempts, no makes. That's the easy money. Stanford 8 for 9 from the line in the first half.
We will see Jack Trotter come back in, the 6'9 senior. First team all-academic in for Josh Owens, who leaves with 3 personal fouls, and that is a big loss. Trotter has given them important minutes lately, but doesn't give you the low-post offense that Owens can give. Cobbs has cut it to 3. Man down the floor. They'll give him room. He's not an outstanding outside shooter, more known for his drives. Zimmerman gets the ball in the lane. And that is Mann going to the free throw line for a pair. Oregon is the 3 seed, and they're watching this game. That's E.J. Singler, their star junior forward. And they're a team that's going to be tough to stop because they can go about 10 deep, and they'll be facing Colorado, the number 6 seed.
Olu Ashalu, Carlos Emery, 2 guys who've been super keys coming off the bench for the Ducks.
Meantime, we just saw the 2nd personal foul on Gutierrez.
Stanford posting up Jared Mann against Gutierrez, allowing Mann to use his size and strength down low. Not normally an offensive-minded player, but he did his job. He picked up that 2nd foul on Jorge Gutierrez.
Crabb again turned down by Jarrett Mann, whose defense has been so sticky, and they've had Brown at times move over on him.
There's a double screen out top, a double screen for Crabb. Stanford plays it beautifully.
Fans, our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for game-changing traction inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven.
Whoa, vertigo, whoa.
You getting a little dizzy there?
Whoa.
What new?
Get that shot off there.
Stanford, 33-29 leader on California as Jack Trotter just picked up his 2nd personal foul. He came in for Owens, who has 3. Zimmerman defending Kamp.
And well defended. Crabb by Mann on that little zipper action weak side.
Nice catch and drop by David Kravish, who really kept that ball up high.
And Kravish has offensive skills. He's a guy that you can look to more often especially when your perimeter guys have been shut down as effectively as Stanford has done so in this game.
He can be a force if he puts on 100 pounds.
Yeah, but Kamp and Kravish, a little high-low basketball. I mean, I like that. That's an offensive foul not called.
Kravish, good rebound. Justin looks to Mike Montgomery, who calls out the play. Kamp is open inside because his man fell down, but they couldn't find him. They go to Alan Crabb.
Hey! Again, just Stanford, especially Anthony Brown. I like how hard he's an offensive player. He's a shooter. Defensive, he's not really known for his defense as his forte, but a great job on Alan Crabb.
Crabb, nice rebound. Gutierrez tries to take his man, pushes it off to Cobbs. Now to Kravish. Back to Gutierrez. Yes!
Playing a quicker tempo brand of basketball offensively before Stanford's tough half-court defense can get set. Push it off the glass. Let's see what we got. There's a pass to the right. Nice job getting it back middle. Touch pass Kravish inside to Gutierrez and one. Great ball movement, great up-tempo basketball.
California's last lead was at 10-8. And Gutierrez cannot give them the lead. It's tied at 33, but a fine comeback since trailing by 7. Aaron Bright has gone to the scorer's table. He made that big bucket right before halftime that gave them that 7-point cushion. Zimmerman tied up. Zimmerman misses short. Cobbs wants to run. He's got Kamp on the right. And Harper's going to go to the line. He got knocked down as soon as he caught that basketball.
When we talk about adjustments for Mike Montgomery and Cal, they are looking to getting it out off the glass and gunning it up the floor in transition. As Chasen Randall just had no chance to get himself set defensively to try and pick up that offensive foul.
It was the third personal foul on Andrew Zimmerman. Harper Kamp, second team All Pac-10 last year, averaging 14.2 points per game, and he has the capability to really go big. You remember the game when he scored a career-high 33 and playing all 55 minutes of that 3 overtime game against Arizona?
Get tired thinking about it. But now Cal, the foul situation. They force Stanford into 5 team fouls here early on. They have but one. Gives you an idea of their aggressive posture, their attacking posture offensively.
Trotter tied up, goes with the jump hook, misses. Kamp wants to run.
Let's go, let's go.
Cobbs goes right side to Alan Crabb. 4-3.
Let's go. Let's get it out. Let's go, Alan. You run the right wing, fill that spot up at the three-point line. I'll get it to you. It's Justin Cobbs' mindset in that transition sequence.
Timeout Stanford. A 15-3 California run. Spotting up perfectly. And Alan Crabb, one of the best three-point shooters in the league, goes downtown.
down screen out of transition. And what a screen it was. It really did a nice job of bottling up Josh Hustis, an outstanding defensive player guarding Alan Crabb.
Zimmerman, a 4-3.
Don't give up on Zim yet. I thought maybe Zim was spent in terms of how many jumpers he had left in that quiver. But he pulled that one out.
He's never been a big-time scorer, but then 13 against California on Sunday. Had another terrific game against Arizona State in more of an energy style, and he has 12 tonight as Stanford within 2 of Cal. Stanford within 2 of number 2 seed California. Rebecca Harlow is with us, who is chronicling the journey of the man we like to call Grizzly Sim.
Andrew Zimmerman with that last 3-point bucket, telling his team, hey, we got to fight. We are not ready to end this season quite yet, but he's only broken one rule in his life. Now, Johnny Dawkins requires all of his players to be clean cut, clean shaven, but Andrew Zimmerman, take one look. He's got a feisty, messy, nasty beard there. And before the ball game, Johnny Dawkins saying, he's the only player I allow to look this way, because for all of his years at Stanford, he fights so hard every day. He's been the heart, the soul, the energy, the hustle of this Stanford team. So, hey, if he wants to have a beard, if that motivates him, so be it. Andrew Zimmerman says, hey, it's beast mode all the time. The beard is just a reflection of the way I play the game.
He could have been Robert Redford's brother in the movie Jeremiah Johnson, as you see Jorge Gutierrez going for his 9th point of the second half. He now has a total of 12 after a very modest first half where he had several turnovers.
Yeah, into a really nice flow. The body language totally different than the first half. You can see the confidence for Jorge Gutierrez is back.
Mike Montgomery said he talked to him after some struggles in the Colorado game where he did not score, and he said, hey, your teammates respect you so much. They love you, and they will trust whatever you say. So it's usually Jorge is his worst enemy.
Well, it's like that opening scene of Casablanca with Humphrey Bogart playing chess against himself, a man at war with himself. That's Jorge Gutierrez. He plays a lot of solitary chess, on the internet and everything.
I love that. Another movie analogy from the past. You've gone with an officer and a gentleman all the way back to Casablanca.
A lot of free time on my hands. But now for Stanford, again, as we talk about Grizzly Zim, yeah, you like to roll with him and Jack Trotter for as long as you can, but at some point you get into that area of diminishing returns. I mean, they're limited offensively. You can't rely on them to carry you at the offensive end of the floor. And You know, I look for a Dwight Powell or John Gage as somebody with a little bit more versatile of an offensive repertoire for Stanford.
This is the 7th team foul on Stanford, and that is huge because they're already in the bonus. Yes, they missed the front end of the bonus, but California only has 1 team foul, and we've got 13:47 to play in this game, and Cal will be shooting 1 plus the penalty for a while until they, Stanford Cardinal, have 10, and then they'll be shooting an automatic 2. Jason Randall with the miss from 3.
Straight flex action, and again with the lack of offensive firepower with the bigs of Stanford, you can load up on the perimeter guys, Bright and Randall.
Camp almost threw it away. They went off the hand, they say, of Andrew Zimmerman, so it'll still be Bears basketball. Josh Owens will come back in with 3 personal fouls, replacing Jack Trotter. They need his offense.
They need his offense. That's a good pass. Alan Crabb not ready. He was open on the curl, wasn't prepared.
Diving on the floor, stealing the basketball. Grizzly Zim gets it ahead to Aaron Bright. That's their first turnover in the second half after they committed 14 in the first half. A foul is called on David Kravish. That will be his 3rd personal.
Andrew Zimmerman isolated on that left elbow, just puts his head down and looked like a pretty good job of maintaining position and blocking the shot without fouling by David Kravish, the outstanding freshman from Missouri.
13 points for Zimmerman. His career high is 14. He did that against the University of San Diego.
I mean, he's played well, make no mistake about it, but I'm just not so certain.
Tied his career high, and plenty of time left in this one.
Yeah, I mean, he's played exceptionally well. Now you give him a blow, you bring in a guy who's a lot more offensive minded than Dwight Powell, but Powell has got to continue that same defensive intensity that Grizzly Zim brought to the floor.
Alan Crabb, though, floats inside and pushes California's lead to 5.
The key to his success on whatever level he winds up playing, Alan Crabb, is moving without the basketball to free himself up for open looks.
Dwight Powell outside misses. That's not his shot, but Hustis tries to pick him up. We have a foul inside. And I say that about Dwight Powell. He has a nice looking shot, but he's only 1 for 17 from 3-point range this year.
But what he does, he brings David Kravish away from the backboards. Now Allen Houston, who's a good rebounder, 6 rebounds a game, average 10 rebounds a game coming out of high school, but he's got to deal with Josh Houston, who makes his living down in the paint. That's a tough kind of a check out for Allen Houston, someone as active as Josh Houston is on the offensive glass.
Bright for 3.
They are back. Cardinal doing a great job regrouping and hanging in there.
Let's see if Mike Montgomery calls Alan Crabb or Jorge Gutierrez's number. Each are 3 for 3 from the field this half. Instead, Rebecca Harlow with you as number 2 seed. California leads 7-seed Stanford by 3. Time for our UPS logistics of the game.
I can hear Mike Montgomery at halftime now, Coach Cal, telling Alan Crabb, look, Crabb, you got to run the lanes in transition. There will be some buckets available to you if you do so. Watch how he sprints down the right side of the floor. He sprints so fast that he leaves our screen, comes back in, set up on the right side, bang, knocks it down. And this is just a straight pin down. Very simple play for Alan Crabb. Going to catch it at the elbow, but a great screen. All the space he needs on Josh Houston to deliver that 15-foot jump shot. Tremendous execution by Cal. But the key for Cal, Steve, has been transition basketball. I remember the UCLA game New Year's Eve. It was a 40-39 halftime score. Cal came out with their running shoes on in that second half, scored 45 points and put the game away against the Bruins. We're seeing a similar approach in this game, even though they haven't put Stanford away.
That's why Mike Montgomery is one of the best, a 4-time Pac-10 Coach of the Year, led the Cardinal to 12 NCAA appearances, including the 1998 Final Four, and of course led California a couple of seasons ago to their first conference championship in 50 years. Randall misses, knocked away to Owens. Bright with a nice cut to the hoop, but good defensive recovery by Cal. Randall, I think he got bumped and a foul will be called against the Bears.
And something that bothered me on that possession, Stanford players holding on to the ball just a count or two too long. You had Randall wide open in the left corner. Anthony Brown put his head down, tried to put a couple of dribbles on the floor. The next time Bright popped to the corner chasing Randall. He got to the free throw line, but he missed a wide open Aaron Bright, who you want shooting open three-point shots all night long.
Chasing Randall at the free throw line, a 75% shooter. He had a sensational game last night, 27 in the second half, but as Stanford started to pull away, Johnny Dawkins rested him. And his comments afterwards were really very mature as he said, my teammates really helped to get me open.
Same play, picked down for Kraft, defended much more effectively by Anthony Brown.
Powell with a nice little lift over the defender and drops in two and pulls Stanford to within one of the Bears.
Again, great substitution, Johnny Dawkins. You know, I thought it might maybe John Gage, the jump shooter, but it's Dwight Powell with a little bit more versatile package offensively.
Kamp, great feed inside to Kravish.
Almost a touch bounce pass by the lefty through traffic. Again, seeing plays before they're developed. Before they develop. Larry Bird, one of the greatest of all time of making those types of passes. Going right where the defense is going to rotate.
That was the third assist by Harper. Owens misses. Gutierrez now talking with the official Mike Cypher, saying, I got hit across the face.
Well, Cypher just telling me, play on. I mean, I'm not going to, you guys may have a potential fast break if you quit talking to me.
Cobbs, no. Rebound, Owens. Inside of 9:40 to play in the ball game. As Bright flashes in, gives it up to Powell, who is fouled.
I love the way Stanford's regrouped. I mean, Cal is playing at a very high level. Witness this beautiful job with the ball movement, throw back to Kamp. And here's Jorge Gutierrez. The reason for his complaint. I mean, yeah. I mean, he got hit on the play, but you don't complain, push it up the floor. You may have something good offensively. That's what Cypress wants him to do. Just play on.
Dwight Powell, who's a 72% foul shooter, misses his first as Gutierrez just picked up his third personal foul. Montgomery has not gone to the bench. Remember, Mike does not have a deep bench. Brandon Smith, who is the backup guard, has played limited minutes in this one and only averages 3 points per game.
Well, you got a one foul cushion. He's got 3 right now. He is playing so well offensively. You hate to even mess with that kind of rhythm.
Cobbs with a soft touch hits the front of the iron, then the backboard and in.
And Gutierrez in a bit of a different mindset than the Colorado game, the Cal game.
Anthony Brown.
So this is a good offense by Stanford. I mean, they're doing just enough. They're putting a lot of pressure on Cal to come down each and every time, get a good shot, make sure they convert and score. First team to blink.
Harper Kamp, has he missed? He's 5 for 5 in this game.
First team to blink.
This is beginning to look a little like that Oregon State-Washington game where they went back and forth. We hope to see better free throw shooting by these teams, but I've got to believe, Marcus, because of the team foul situation, that California has the advantage right now.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what Mike Montgomery does out of this timeout. He called a timeout after a made bucket. Stanford into a beautiful rhythm offensively. I wouldn't be surprised. Cal will play some 2-3 zone. They may play at maximum 5 possessions in the course of a game, but I look for something defensively differently from Cal coming out of this timeout.
Tad Boyle with his Colorado Buffaloes, who knocked off Utah. They are waiting to face the 3-seed Oregon Ducks. DeVoe Joseph, he has been so hot, averaging 20 points per game the last 10 contests he's played. And Andre Robertson, the double-double machine. That is coming your way next here at the Pacific Life Pac-12 Men's Basketball Tournament.
Cal staying with the man-to-man.
Jason Randall separates himself, then draws the defender, Justin Cobbs, who picks up his third personal foul.
With the foul trouble, I thought maybe we may see some zone from Cal, at least for a possession or two, to give Stanford something different to look at. They're chasing Randall, as we saw Jorge Gutierrez in the first half. Little shot fake, defender bites, draw the contact to get to the free throw line. Difference is Randall's a freshman, Gutierrez is a senior, so that's a great presence of mind by the freshman.
There was a time when California had a 7-over-1 team foul situation. Now it's getting a little closer as Stanford has 18 fouls and California has 6. Randall drops the foul shots and pulls Stanford to within 2 as Randall now has 11 points, 6 of them in the second half. The ball touched Gutierrez. Ooh, I thought it went off the hands of Gutierrez, but they're giving it to Cal.
And Darren White, the other official baseline, not moving in to confer, so he must have had a pretty good look at things also, but I thought that was a break for Cal.
Brandon Smith will come in now, replacing Cobbs. Smith more of a facilitator. Gutierrez misses. And Crabb knocks the ball out of bounds. He may have gone over the back. That is Alan Crabb's third personal for California. Cobbs, Gutierrez, Crabb, and Kravish all with 3 personal fouls. Stanford. Welcome back to Staples Center at the Pacific Life Pac-12 basketball tournament. Number 7 seed Stanford tied with number 2 seed California. Let's look at our Bank of the West MVP flashback with Gus Johnson.
2006 Leon Poe Cal. The 2006 Pacific Life Tournament was won by the UCLA Bruins, but the tournament MVP went to California's Leon Poe. The sophomore forward scored 80 points in 3 tournament games. It was the second time an MVP was not on the winning team.
I remember the 41 points he had against Oregon in that tournament. It was a 2 overtime game back in 2006.
Tremendous player out of Oakland, California, and a lot of foul issues for both teams, huh? You know, 3 fouls with 7:49 left. Not major issues, slight issues. But for Stanford, Steve, Cal is 11 for 15 in the second half, 73%. If they are to win this game, they've got to do a much better job defensively against Cal down the stretch.
Gutierrez just 1 of 2, and he has made just 3 of 7 from the line, despite being a 78% foul shooter this season. So Cal leads by 1 at the 7:50 mark.
And Cal defensively, they got to not foul down the stretch.
Randall long with the 3. Gutierrez comes down the floor.
Stanford already with the 18 made free throws in 21 attempts in this game.
Inside to Harper Kamp. He hasn't missed. He is 6 for 6 in the ball game for a total of 16 points to tie Gutierrez for team high.
Defense for Stanford has been the issue.
Brown misses. Smith knocked down, but Cal's got numbers. Gutierrez off the left side and has the ball stripped. It goes out of bounds it still will be the Bears basketball with 7:07 left and 31 on the shot clock.
A little bit of a scrum as they go for the basketball. Here's Gutierrez, nice job on the take, and Aaron Bright gets a hand in there. But now Grizzly Zim, Andrew Zimmerman back in the game. Dwight Powell out. Now you get better defense on the interior. You get some rebounding presence for Stanford.
Bach in the game, and Alan Crabb also comes in to replace Brandon Smith. Cobbs with right on him. That's a smaller player, and I thought Cobbs would take the shot. Instead, he gives it up to Kamp, who misses for the first time. 6 for 7 for the senior Harper Kamp. Zimmerman to drive on Bach, knocks him down and still throws it in off the glass. That's a career high for Andrew Zimmerman.
And not only throws it off the glass, throws it off the glass right-handed for the natural lefty. It's a great mid-air adjustment by Andrew Zimmerman. I've been giving him the short shrift with his offensive skills.
You know, we're watching him play, and obviously we don't see all of his games, but in the last two we're going, why doesn't Johnny Dawkins play this guy more?
Yeah, he did a nice job. I mean, Bach tries to flop for the foul, but there's Zim with the extension, and there's some contact on the play, and that's pretty good defense by Bach. Officials elect to not call that contact, but a great job on the finish by Andrew Grizzly Zimmerman. That's a nickname that we have given him. That's not part of his natural moniker.
Meantime, Jorge Gutierrez at the free throw line after Josh Owens picks up his 4th personal foul. Now he'll leave. Dwight Powell comes back in. Jarrett Mann, a defensive player, comes back in. So two fine offensive players, Brown and Owens, will take a seat.
But I almost like this tandem of Powell and Zimmerman, with the way Zimmerman is playing right now, just as much as the Brown-Owens lineup. Owens kind of limited in terms of what he could do out on the floor. You saw what Zimmerman could do. He could put it on the floor. Powell could put it on the floor in a minimal way, create their own shots.
Gutierrez will probably get his final break of the night, as Mike Montgomery will take him out and put in Brandon Smith. Wright misses the 3, but guess who's there?
You know, the way Zim is playing offensively, you don't mind him playing major minutes on the floor. You know he's going to give you that effort defensively, but he is on a serious high at the offensive end of the floor.
18 points for Andrew Zimmerman, who came in averaging 3.5. Cobbs tries to answer. Unable to. Cardinal can take the lead. Inside of 6 to play.
It's a challenge for Dwight Powell. Play tough, rebound the basketball, and stay within yourself at the offensive end. Meaning no three-point shots. Take it to the hole.
Randall with a very high dribble.
He kept his hand on top of the basketball.
Zimmerman in and out. And it looked like Powell went over the top. Commits his 3rd personal foul.
I understand the unselfishness by Dwight Powell, but he had a wide open 12-foot jump shot. Watch Zim. First of all, he clears out Harper Kamp at the free throw line. That's not an easy thing to do. And then a running start, able to get to the offensive glass, put the ball in.
60-60 ball game. David Krabish at the free throw line. The 6'9" freshman from Lee Summit, Missouri. Went to North High School, and Mike Montgomery really thought he was perfect for the California program. Very bright young man at 3.7 GPA in high school. And I believe he was well over 3.5 his first semester at Cal.
He's got that wiry strength. But this game, I mean, I was a youngster, Steve, that was always too chicken to play chicken. You know what I mean? When they want to play chicken, those games, and they ride your bike at each other, and the first guy that moves out the path.
But your point is?
But this game is like a game of chicken. I mean, the first team that blinks, the first team that kind of moves out the path will be the team to lose. I mean, these guys is like a blow by blow, each and every possession, doing something efficiently, offensively.
Andrew Zimmerman.
I mean,
well, he's not chicken.
No, that's what I'm saying. But neither team is blinking right now. We got under 5 minutes left in this game. How long can the two teams sustain it? At some point, something's got to give. You would think, or we'll be here all night.
Alan Crabb.
Tough shot off the curl. I mean, these guys are making tough plays every possession.
4:30 to go. Cal by 2. Dwight Powell misses. Gutierrez taps it to himself, drives on Bright, and scores!
That's an important play. Gutierrez out-hustled Powell for the basketball. Here's the blinkage. Here is the blinkage. Possible blinkage coming up for Stanford.
Randall with the personal foul. That's his 3rd.
And just outstanding play by the senior Grizzly Zim. Andrew Zimmerman right here, turned back left shoulder after penetration. A little 1-foot jackleg fade. But then Jorge Gutierrez coming right back at you, out hustles Dwight Powell for the ball, left-handed layup. Man, we've got a good one. Cal up 4 down the stretch.
It's the Pacific Life Pac-12 basketball tournament. Steve Physiak, Marcus Johnson, Rebecca Harlow with you. There's the Straw Hat Band, and California with a 4-point lead as we go back and look at the tournament. And today we had Oregon State taking on #1 seed Washington and pulling the upset to face Arizona, who knocked off UCLA 66-58. Stanford and California fighting it out to see who will be in the semifinals tomorrow, and then Colorado and Oregon will be next tonight here at Staples Center. At the free throw line, Justin Cobbs. Cobbs with 10 points, 4 assists. And there's something about this 7-2 matchup in this tournament. Stanford beat Arizona State back in 2010. And Oregon knocked off UCLA last year. Dana Altman's team wound up winning that CBI.
Yeah, but Stanford, they have got their work cut out for them at the offensive end. You know, talked about that game of chicken. First team to blink, and it looked like about 2 or 3 possessions. Stanford, not bad shots. The White Paul had a good look. Bright had a pretty decent look. Just didn't knock down the shots.
That's why you love the toughness of the seniors. And there is Jarrett Mann with a mistake. It will be California basketball, and our aerial coverage provided by Goodyear. Everything Goodyear has learned making tires for game-changing traction inspires what they roll into yours. Goodyear, more driven. Cal basketball.
Last little 2-minute stretch by Stanford where they haven't had positive possessions at the offensive end of the floor.
Gutierrez on the drive. Flips it to Cobbs. He gets in the lane. Good defense by Zimmerman, who floated over from the weak side.
Another bad possession. Here they come. Watch Crabbe spotting up.
Cobbs falls down. It seemed like he was charging into Anthony Brown, who was backing up, and Cobbs had Crabbe wide open off on the left wing. He's very fortunate that Stanford bailed him out.
Yeah, and almost forced it to a traveling violation. But again, offensively, that last possession, Aaron Bright, teardrop off the right side of the backboard. You know, you can't try and get it all back on one possession.
Plenty of time left, 2:58 remaining, but the Bears lead by 6, could be 8, as Cobbs at the free throw line, an 81% shooter. This is where they'll be tough to beat because they are #1 in the conference in free throw shooting at 75% this year.
That's the one thing that Stanford has prided themselves on in terms of just being a team, not really having a go-to guy offensively. But, you know, down the stretch here, you're going to need someone to step up. I don't know if Zim has got enough left in the tank to pull it off. You got Josh Owens, who is pretty much relegated down to the low post where he could be double teamed. And this kid here, Chasing Randall, can get it done, but he's going to see a lot of attention defensively.
Someone's got to cut into the 8-0 run that Cal's been on, and Randall can't do it. Zimmerman can! There will come a time when he's sitting in his log cabin about 30 years from now talking to the grandkids after chopping wood and telling them about the greatest game he ever played. Gutierrez. Yes!
Wow. Yeah, see, Cal's tasting it now. Cal is tasting victory. They've really amped up their attack at the offensive end. Just a little bit of a curl by Gutierrez. And you wonder why he's so wide open. Josh Owens, big man on defense, should be stepping up, bumping that curl, doesn't do it. Gutierrez able to get to the basket for the possible and one.
He is the Pac-12 Player of the Year, and he does it with a total game. Because remember, fans, this is his first 20-point game in 16 games. But you look at his line. He's got 22 points now. 7 assists, 6 rebounds, a steal.
I would think he'd be the first Pac-12 or Conference Player of the Year who's never been Player of the Week. Never had that just a huge weekend, but as you mentioned, just kind of steady and solid week to week, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
He always takes the opponent's best score. But tonight, this time, Mike Montgomery had him rotate over and take either Aaron Bright or Anthony Brown. And he had Cobbs take Chasson Randall.
Yeah, going to run some clock now, you know, trying to milk at least 20, 25 seconds off the shot clock.
That's a charge on Harper Kamp. A rare mistake. The third foul on the senior Harper Kamp. Our American Airlines stat is the amazing night of one Andrew Zimmerman. By far bettering his career best. His previous best was 14, and he has 22 against the arch rival California Golden Bears. Randall for 3.
Timeout, Johnny Dawkins.
16 for Randall, 11 in the second half. And it doesn't matter if he makes a mistake or if he hits a 3 or throws a dunk down. His facial expression does not change.
Unflappable.
Here is our Pacific Life game matchup. We told you about Randall and the Conference Defensive Player of the Year and Overall Player of the Year, both having terrific games and both incredible second halves.
That's the key. I mean, both guys, Randall kind of within the flow, had other guys getting off offensively, so he didn't have to do much. Gutierrez started out forcing the issue, struggling. Mike Montgomery, his coach, pulled him out for just a minute, let him refocus. He came back.